It was fun, right? It was kind of fun.
It was probably the most fun game of the year.
It was fun. It was frustrating. There's a lot to feel good about. There's a lot to rip your hair out about and get super angry. But at the end of the day, a win is a win is a win. And so we'll focus on that. We'll start with that. It was Celtics won it. OT 145, ton of buckets. If you like defense, this wasn't the game for you.
Yeah. This was so not your game.
This wasn't the season for you.
No. So Sherrod Blakely, Jimmy Toscano, Bobby Manning. We also have Josue Pavone's at the Garden right now, doing some stuff for us over at CLNS Media, and he's going to join us shortly. So, guys, let's just get some opening thoughts here, and then we'll let Josue in, and we'll chop it all up.
So, you want my key moment? I texted you guys about this, and I
want Sherrod's. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I want yours.
I couldn't believe this ended up working, but I'm actually going to give big credit to Brad Stevens, who challenged that Kemba Walker foul. I thought it wasn't anywhere close to not being a foul. I don't even know why he challenged it. And I texted you guys. I was like, was that just a back up your guy challenge?
Oh,
and right after that point, they exploded, and there was so much frustration with the officials through that first half. It's all the stuff we've talked about with them getting distracted by calls, getting in their own heads about that kind of stuff. Tatum got teed up, Kemba got teed up, and then Brad, showing them some support there, and he did it later to Grant when he was boxing a guy out, and you saw Danny Ainge and Mike Zarin freaking out along the sidelines. I can't believe it, but the officiating thing seemed to rally the troops tonight, and they just exploded with energy the rest of the night from that point on.
Go ahead, Sherrod.
I'm not going to give the officials that kind of credit. I think more than anything else, Bobby, I think they finally played a game where they felt emotionally engaged, where they actually got their asses kicked, and they actually responded by saying, we don't want to get our asses kicked tonight. We're actually going to fight back. We're actually going to put up a resistance to just getting run over. I thought, to me, when Grant Williams made that he contested the shot, made the diving save, led to a basket at the other end of the floor. I thought Marcus Smart did a lot of Marcus Smart things out there tonight, including that huge-ass elbow he took from Cat, went down. At first, I thought he was really selling it, but when you saw it in slow-mo, he really got clocked on that player at his neck.
Yeah.
They did so many –
He sold it.
What are you going to do? I took it like a champ.
I
You didn't get the call.
I don't blame him. Take it.
But the point is, they actually showed some fight when they were getting their asses kicked, as opposed to just rolling over and playing dead. And that was great to see. But again, this game was kind of like their season, really. There's some things that you definitely liked, but there's a lot of stuff that makes you want to cringe.
Well, yeah. And again, among those things is, this actually, if you guys noticed on my thread, I kept the complaining to a minimum because I actually thought they were going to win the whole time. It felt like one of those games that they'll flip the switch eventually.
Even after the Russell thing at the end?
I'm not talking all the way in the fourth quarter. I'm talking third quarter and they make their run. I was like, the Celtics, I almost texted you double-digit win coming. Like I felt it, I didn't feel that this game was going to go badly. And then with 2:51 left and an 11-point lead, they they allowed them to come back and tie it, which was unreal. No, I wasn't sweating this one. This felt like a step on the gas game. When they wanted, they were going to get it. But you hate seeing them get outworked the way they did so badly in the first half, and they did. But you also love to see them turn it up, and then you hate to see them blow the lead. So it's, again, these swings that you're going on all night. I think a lot of people are probably leaving this game not sure whether they feel good or bad about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is so typical of the Timberwolves, though. I mean, they score a ton of points. They find a way to choke it away in the end, and then they catch that fat L. This was very much their kind of game. And the Celtics, fortunately, were able to come away with a win, which is what most teams have done all season long against the Timber Pups.
Yeah.
And I think you got to give credit to Marcus Smart. So Marcus, if you're watching, good job out there.
He always watches, Jimmy.
In that first half, when it looked like some of the guys on the team were sort of sleepwalking a bit and just not engaged the way, unfortunately, the way we've seen, many times this season, they just didn't look engaged. And Marcus Smart, credit to him, and I think Tristan Thompson too. Two guys that were like, nah, we're not going down this way tonight. At least not. If I can help it, I'm not gonna, let that happen. And then in the second half, Tatum really came alive. I think, what do you have, 35 points in the second half, including
Yeah.
overtime. So, I mean, one of those games for Tatum where he looked like one of those elite scorers in stretches. And I mean, there were do we really like that last shot in regulation? Probably not, but it's almost like we're at Pierce status now, where, back in the day where they would just give the ball to Pierce and whatever would happen,
Yeah.
and you'd go from there. I mean, it's not very creative.
I know.
And
you always like it going to the basket better than that fall away. Pierce
yeah.
did it his whole life. At the end of the day, if you look at Tatum's percentages, isolation, step back jumpers, contested, he's probably shooting 30%.
We looked at the clutch stats too, and he's about as good as anyone.
The clutch are good, but
Yeah.
that particular shot that he took there is about a 30%er for him, 35%er. It's not the number one shot in his arsenal, but it seems to be what we always rely on late in that game.